these fake currencies out there, and people are claiming, oh, no, really, there's hundreds of billions, there's trillions of dollars. It's like, no, it's all fake. It's all. Yeah, he thought he was dealing with a foreign agent. He emailed the guy to say, one day when it's safe, perhaps two old friends can have a chance to stumble into each other at a cafe, share a bottle of wine, and laugh over stories of their shared exploits. So he really thought he was dealing with a foreign agent, and, he's like, of course, he did this for money. He didn't do this. It sounds like he thought he was a movie character. All right, we got more coming up. John and Ken Show, and Deborah's off today. Layla Muhammad has the news. Kfi Am 640.
We go through all that's going on so that we can tell you just that you need to know.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Deadly plane crash. I'm Layla Muhammad, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
It's a pretty brutal scene.
A small plane has crashed into a neighborhood in San Diego County, killing the pilot and a UPS driver whose truck was hit. The plane went down near Santana High School in Santee this afternoon. Deputy Fire Chief Justin Matsushita says 2 homes have the most damage.
And there's additional damage to probably 2 or 3 more homes. And again, the debris field that is strewn across almost this entire block.
2 people in one of the homes that burned were taken to the hospital. The chief says it's not yet known how many people were aboard the plane, but he says the crash did not survive a date. The NYPD says it's looking for a man who shot in Photo Wedding in a metro in Hollywood.
The train was parked at the Hollywood and Vine station. Witnesses told the LAPD just after 5 yesterday morning the man was agitated and paced up and down the aisle, arguing with a woman seated nearby. And after the shooting, the man took off. Cops say the shooter is Hispanic and was wearing a blue jacket and blue shorts, a dark hat, and a surgical mask. A motive isn't known, and it's not clear if the man even knew the woman. Steve Gregory, KFI News.
News brought to you by Pacific Coast Termite. That big oil spill off the coast of Orange County is now being investigated by the State Justice Department. California Attorney General Rob Bonta and California Senator Alex Padilla got an aerial view of the spill, which was reported last weekend. Padilla says the message is clear.
We must end our reliance on dirty and dangerous fossil fuels and work towards a clean energy future.
Bonta says he's proud California is the first state to require by 2035 all new cars sold in the state be clean energy. More than 70,000 people in California have died of COVID-19. That's the highest total in the U.S. But California's rate of new COVID cases is the country's lowest. The union that represents thousands of Kaiser Permanente healthcare workers in Southern California says its members have voted to authorize a strike. The union says Kaiser wants to cut wages for healthcare workers already dealing with major staffing shortages. The union has been pushing for 4% rate increases each year through 2023. Texas has expanded its ban on COVID-19 vaccine mandates. The governor has signed an executive order saying no entity in the state, including private businesses, can require the vaccine for employees or customers. The order goes into effect immediately. Vaccine requirements by government agencies, cities, counties, and school districts have also been banned by a previous executive order. Southwest Airlines is experiencing a 3rd day of major cancellations.
Southwest blames the chaos on bad weather in Florida, compounded by air traffic control issues. So the FAA tells ABC no FAA air traffic shortages have been reported since Friday.
ABC Trevor says thousands of travelers have been impacted by the operational problems. Southwest says the cancellations and delays aren't related to the company's COVID-19 vaccine mandate. Facebook has banned a developer over an app he created. The guy created a browser extension called Unfollow Everything, which let users unfollow everyone on their account, essentially eliminating the news feed. Facebook responded by locking him out of his profile, as well as sending him a cease and desist letter. This year's Boston Marathon has been won by Kenyans in both the men's and women's divisions. The race was held in the fall for the first time in its 125-year history. The pandemic forced the cancellation of last year's race for the first time since the event started in 1897. Traffic lights are out in Malibu on PTA.
This is affecting both directions at Webb Way. Now, I just checked in and it looks like Edison crews are on the scene, but they expect to have that repaired by 7 o'clock this evening. In the meantime, northbound flowing loading up all the way from Carbon Canyon Terrace and southbound from Malibu Canyon Road. Let's check in with Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by Injury Attorney, SuperwomanSuperLawyer.com, Santa Monica.
Hey, the 10 eastbound, that just jams up solid. There's just about 20 up there. Very tough into mid-city. We had some earlier problems that did clear there.
and continued slowing, leaving Mid-City out into downtown Los Angeles. Lots of folks heading to Chavez Ravine. Game 3 of the National League Divisional Series, Dodgers and the Giants, a little over an hour for the first pitch. So lots of folks heading that way, and if you haven't got a ticket, I wouldn't be heading there at all. South 5, that's already jammed up from Burbank down to Stadium Way. Northbound side of the 5, you're on the brakes there, just leaving Downey up to the stadium as well. Injured in an accident? Visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
KFI in the sky. Looks like you're there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
When those 80s will return next.
Have you been denied a home loan or refinance because you're self-employed, earn 1099 income, or even a real estate investor? You're missing out. Most lenders make approval seem impossible, especially if you're self-employed. Stop watching everyone take advantage of the lowest mortgage rates in history while you're stuck on the sidelines. Accelerate Capital, the premier lender designed for the self-employed. Our approval process is based on common sense, using bank statements, 1099 income, profit loss statements, rental income, or even stated income to qualify at the lowest rates available. Fast. Conventional lenders cannot do this. When others say no, we say yes. Call 800-811-9702, 800-811-9702, or visit acceleratecapital.com.
EXCEME, acceleratecapital.com.
Equal housing lender. Call for details. NMLS ID number 1165716. Not all qualify. California GFCI license number 41DDO45150. Additional restrictions may apply. Loans made or arranged pursuant to the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act.
Don't miss Hulu's new original series, Dope Sick, an investigative thriller from executive producer Danny Strong. Discover how one company triggered the worst drug epidemic in American history and then tried to cover it up. Watch how it all began in the boardrooms of Big Pharma, ravaged small-town America, and made its way to the hallways of the DEA. The series stars Michael Keaton, Rosario Dawson, Peter Sarsgaard, Caitlin Deaver, Will Poulter, John Hogenacker, and Michael Stolbart. Stream Dope Sick on October 13th, only on Hulu.
The KFI financial report brought to you by Bay Alarm. The Dow closed down 250 points, S&P 30, NASDAQ down 93. The average price for a gallon of regular gasoline in California, $4.44.
Bay Alarm will keep your commercial fire system in compliance so you're up to code, not up all night.
Southland weather from KFI, windy outside. Overnight we'll have temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Tomorrow mostly sunny and breezy, highs in the low 70s inland and along the coast, and back into the 80s by the end of the week. Right now it's 68 in Seal Beach, 68 in Irvine, 67 in Diamond Bar, 67 in Manhattan Beach. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Layla Muhammad.
John and Ken Show. John Cobell and Ken Shampoo. It's KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Everywhere. Welcome, everybody. Can't escape it. One of the big things we're waiting to see is whether or not vaccine mandates are going to have any impact. They've been implemented by many government agencies around the country, particularly here in California, with the schools and public employees and the police and the fire. The mandate that Old Joan talked about last month doesn't take effect until November, and that's the one concerning private employees. They still, OSHA, though, still hasn't released any details. They haven't. Somebody asked me, too, about that over the weekend, and I said, that's kind of gone into the quiet zone. I'm wondering if he did some virtue signaling because he really doesn't have the power to put out a national mandate, and they're thinking maybe there's not going to be follow-up. Well, do you think it's going to quietly go away? Well, they would have released guidelines. The guidelines by now. That's why I said we're waiting for the guidelines and specifics. No? Oh, okay. The story just looking at says it's coming in November, but we'll see. It should have been out by now, though. If it's coming in November, it should be out by now because you want to give lots of people advance notice as to how they can carry out something like that. He came out with a deadline, but he didn't. There's no instructions. In the story I'm looking at, it says here, in their push to get more Americans vaccinated, officials have tried it all. So tell me which one of these doesn't belong. Lottery prizes, weed, free beer, boba. They offered boba drinks to people that... Yeah, I've never understood what that is. That one I haven't seen. Oh, boba tea places are hot. Yeah. Young people like all kinds of weird things are hot. But what is it?
It's yummy.
Well, what is it?
They're like little balls.
It's tapioca ball.
Yeah.
Tapioca ball?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Little gummy
Well,
things.
what is tapioca?
So now we have to keep going back and back, don't we?
No, I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
Good description, Ken. It's like they're chewy, gummy little balls in your drink. I don't even know why I order it.
Gummy
I
little
feel cool.
balls?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In what kind of a drink? Tea?
Like a tea, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you have gummy little tapioca balls in a tea, and you don't even know what tapioca is.
Isn't it like a rice?
Like a rice?
Yeah, there's some sort of a...
It's disgusting.
No, it's not. You tried it? Don't
I'm
judge
not
it.
going to. Yes, I judge.
Try it.
No, I'm quick to judge. I judge like that. You're telling me it's gummy rice-like tapioca balls in a tea? It's like
ornery today.
consider it judge.
Yeah, it's described here as a starch.
So starch. Wow, that's even
It is
tastier.
a starch extracted food from the
Wow.
the storage root of a plant. The crest of the root of a plant. Species native.
Oh, the root of a plant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why he wouldn't like it, because
Okay.
it comes from a plant and it's
This
anything
is weird.
related to vegetation.
This is weird.
You can't put that in his mouth.
Weird Deborah Mark for
So far they say as they track these vaccination mandates, it's too soon to know definitively whether or not they're working. But there are some stories coming up from companies. Kaiser Permanente, vaccination rates, they say, among their 216,000 health system employees jumped from 78% early August to 92% last week. And they believe they're getting pretty close to 100%. They did suspend 2,200 employees that was used last week, and that's less than 1% of the workforce. So it seems like a big number, but expressing it's not a lot of people.
And here's from some of the unvaccinated. They told you so. Now you guys did boosters. It means it doesn't work that well. And what else about it is going to be a problem? New York Times had a whole story on that today about anti-vaccine people thinking the booster requirement is proof
Proof that the original vaccine doesn't work.
doesn't work that well, and this must mean there are other things about it that we're going to find out over the long term.
And before that, it was because there were breakthrough cases. You see, it doesn't work. And I was like, well, they never said it was 100%.
I know. They can't deal
When
with
you get
percentages.
300 and whatever, 80 million doses handed out, there's going to be some breakthrough cases. There's just no...
No,
It
I
doesn't
think
matter.
the story today is that most of the medical people who have to deal with this on a daily basis say, well, we've hit the wall. And we've vaccinated everybody who wants to be vaccinated, and there's nobody left. That's a quote from one doctor.
Well, I mean, Stanford Health says that they've got 15,000 workers, and their vaccination rate went from 80% to 97% after they issued a mandate. Well, it's working in some, but it's not going to be 100%. You're right.
If you have a job mandate, they were able to gain some ground.
Right.
People without a job mandate,
Oh, yeah, no,
They're not giving
they're
it.
unreachable.
Kaiser Family Foundation does constant surveys, so the number of people who say they will never get the vaccine has held steady between 12 and 15%. And then there's another 7% that could be convinced, but not yet. And 4% they'd only get it if